I work for a company called TomorrowToday. It's a company that I co-founded over 10 years ago, and we provide strategic insights, mainly to large organizations, but to companies and organizations across every sector, in every industry. And our real focus is understanding disruptive change and the influence that disruptive forces have on the changing world of work. To put it another way, we're very interested in the future of work, how people especially will work in the future, how we will work and engage and interact with each other. We're very interested in the intersection of technology and people, and how new technologies and changes in our social environment will change the way we live and work and interact. Each one of us, in one way or another, in different aspects of our lives, we are leading other people or influencing other people. And in a fast-changing, complex world, the rules of leadership have changed, just as the rules for success and failure in our lives have changed. And so just as the world is different, so our leadership approach needs to be different. 3 reasons why everything has changed. So, you know, when we look at the world around us and at the fast pace, the complexity, the changes, it can often seem overwhelming. And it's often overwhelming because we don't have categories of change. We just see this change coming at us all the time. We hear news reports, we see technology updates, we look at statistics, and it's just a blur. What I want to suggest to you that we need to look at this changing world in 3 ways, especially from a working environment. In the last few years, and by few years I really do mean just the last few years, we have experienced in this world the beginnings of what I believe will be about a 20-year period of unprecedented change. In the next 20 years, you will be able to buy a handheld device for less than $1,000, which has as much computing power as the entire human race combined, in the palm of your hand. The real trend, technology trend right now, is our ability to capture every single piece of data that is available in a particular space, to capture all of that data, to process it in real time, and use it effectively instantly. This here is Google's glasses, okay, or sometimes called Google goggles. Now, if you can take all of that information and get it beamed into the back of your glasses as a heads-up display as you're walking around the world, every conference you go to, when you arrive in the parking lot here, you don't need to look for the signs for Graeme's conference. Your glasses will just tell you, Graeme's in the graphite room. Your glasses will pick up the map of this area and direct you to walk and give you a little dotted line that you can follow as you walk through the room. These are not predictions. I'm telling you what is already happening. If you fly into Las Vegas airport tomorrow morning, you can either get a taxi from the normal taxi rank, or you can go to one of Google's driverless car ranks, hop into a driverless car, type the name of your hotel in, and that car will drive you through the streets of Las Vegas to your hotel front door. Now, today, you can have your DNA sequenced in 3.5 hours for 3,000 Rand. Which means that we are able to personalize medication for you. That's the practical reality. There's only one thing going on in the world right now, and that is this ability to convert everything in the world into data and then analyze it and use it. A 3D printer is a printer which doesn't use ink to print. It uses a composite material like a plastic or a polymer or even metal, and it allows you to build up layer by layer a physical object. Now, what happens to our world when made in China is made in your kitchen? This changes everything. Over half of all the people in the history of the world who have ever turned 80 are still alive. You cannot retire at age 65. You cannot. The world can't sustain that. Your finances can't sustain that. We have to change that. It's not doable for too much longer. It is so important for us to understand how different people in different generations see the world and interact with each other. If you are in business and you're looking for talent You are competing against every other industry and every other country in the world now. You don't just compete against the other people in your industry anymore. We live in a world that is increasingly complex and fast moving. Maybe it's more fragile than it's ever been before. It's certainly more interconnected than it's ever been before.